Dead Sea Scrolls 3204 is a class devoted to the study of the Dead Sea Scrolls and their importance for the study of the Bible and the origins of Judaism and Christianity. Just like we're getting together here to study the Dead Sea Scrolls, they would get together, and here we have the notion that whenever there's a quorum of 10 community members together, they had to open up the sacred books and start interpreting things. It's been a lot of fun this semester to actually talk about this literature that you can then actually go see at the exhibit. But the Dead Sea Scrolls are still one of these wildly fascinating topics to everybody. Everybody's heard about them, but again, if you ask somebody, oh yeah, you know about that, you've heard about the Dead Sea Scrolls, okay, so what are they? Why are they important? We all know why they're exciting and fascinating, but this is an opportunity to spend an entire semester getting at that very question. Why are they so important? Why have they revolutionized the study of the Bible and ancient Judaism and Christianity? Now, this is part of Moses' instructions to the Israelites in the desert. When they go collect the manna on the 6th day, they collect enough for the 7th day, and they're not supposed to go collect more on the 7th day. That is the food that would have fallen from the skies on the 6th day. Now, what that means in its original context is probably just that. Don't go collecting on the 7th day. But this is a great text to use for later developments of Sabbath law because it gives us some meat to work with, so to speak.
I think it's really interesting because it brings up a bunch of issues that, being a Jewish studies major and, dedicating my life to Judaism, I guess. I've never even thought about these aspects or heard about them or anything like that. So this is a totally different and unique experience. And with the small class size, you can ask any questions that you need to ask, and he knows the answer to everything. It's kind of ridiculous. And we have these texts in front of us that we can see them in English and we can see in Hebrew or in Aramaic, and now we have a museum where we can actually go and see them.
I've been working with the museum for about 2 years now as an academic advisor. In fact, I have a co-academic advisor, and what we would do is we were there to provide some of the historical context for the scrolls. So the scrolls themselves, when you walk into the scroll room at the museum, you're going to be in awe, you're going to be able to read the scrolls, these 2,000-year-old documents, but they exist in a historical and social context. And how to translate all of the stuff we're doing in a university setting into something that the community at large is very interested in understanding in a way that they can understand what we do here and why it's important.